I guess through the back door. Let's try that.
101.
Outside the house, you find that the storm has intensified. The rain is falling sideways now, and severe winds sting your face. There's light coming from the partly open bay door of an aircraft hangar a short distance away, and if you creep along against the wall, you could probably avoid detection, and most of the weather, on your way there. In the darkness, you can also make out the silhouette of something large and round out on the lawn. You're not sure what it is, but after Professor Marsden's story about captured psychic aliens, you can make a good guess. Premonition! If you're level 4 or higher, which we are not, so there you go. We can either head toward the hangar or check out the large round object.
The object.
Large round object is story card 114.
You sneak over the big round object. The thing is a spaceship. It has a cold ceramic skin. It's perfectly smooth. You can't find a single bolt or seam. From here you can see a window to the main house, where a whole bunch of chimpanzees gathered around a boardroom table, with a woman at the front of the room at a computer console. It's Carol! First things first, you climb aboard the egg craft, look at the instruments, and get the psychic sensation that you already possess the knowledge of how to operate the vehicle. It's a mental lock protecting the control panel though. If you could bust it, you might be able to get this thing to move. Optional challenge, break the lock. Win, you draw a card, clue card 101, lose range danger meter by 3, and you can try again. If you can't get the egg ship moving, or don't even want to try, you can always move on.
Let's bust that thing open.
Alright.
3 or higher.
Oh,
We got 3. So, what's the win?
Clue 101. Through brute force, you manage to break the lock, but you damage the ship's controls in the process. You're tossed from the cockpit as the vehicle lurches a few inches into the air and rockets across the lawn, straight towards the room full of chimpanzees. Go to story card 107.
There's a large sliding glass door that opens into the meeting room, but the egg-shaped ship misses it entirely and crashes straight through the wall. A space cannon emerges from a hatch in the ship's hull and starts firing laser beams at random into the room. The chimps go bananas. It's total chaos. You couldn't have created a better distraction if you'd planned it. You jump out of the ship. If you move quickly and stealthily and somehow manage to avoid the rampaging chimps and the uncontrolled laser fire, maybe you can disable the neuron inhibitor mainframe before anyone stops you. Required challenge, disable the mainframe. So it's a required challenge. We don't have any bonus things, so 3 or higher it is. That's a 2, but we have telekinesis. So once per challenge, you can raise the danger meter by 2 to reroll a die roll. So, boop, boop, raise that, and let's try again. 3 or higher. That was a 2 again. Alright, so we lose. Raise danger meter by 3 and try again.
It wasn't worth it.
Alright, 4 or higher. Got 3.
You gotta try again.
Yeah. 5 or higher.
Gosh.
Fucking 1. That brings us down 2 psychic points. We set back to here. 3 or higher. Got a 1 again. Oh boy.
It's just like you have the worst rolls.
4 or higher. That's a 2.
Oh gosh.
5 or higher. That's
God.
a 1.
What are you doing?
We're down at the very basics of psychic level.
I'm
now.
gonna roll it.
Alright.
Thank
Now that
you.
it's a 3 or higher. There
Ah.
you go. Now that it's a flimsy ass 3. Go to story card 113.
The computer doesn't have a button that's clearly labeled off, so you hit the neuron inhibitor mainframe console as hard as you can with a chair. Sparks fly from it. Every chimpanzee in the room instantly passes out and falls to the floor. The egg ship has apparently run out of laser juice too, because the cannon sputters and lowers back into its hatch. Carol, however, is still a problem. My computer! My chimpanzee! I don't know what voice to do.
You can do that, it's fine.
My chimpanzees! The meeting room wall! Who even are you? She flies into a rage. She defiantly wants to kill you. She seems to be giving it everything she's got. Require challenge. Knock out the dastardly Carol. Win. Go on to story card.
Fight challenge?
Yeah.
Well, lucky for us, we've got a pocket knife.
Bitch.
Don't bring a fist to a knife fight.
Yeah. Win. Go to story card 105. Lose. Range danger mirror by 3 and try again.
So you're gonna roll a 2 or higher.
Oh
You
yeah.
got a 6.
Alright, so story card 105.
Chapter 4, goal achieved.
Woo!
You've thwarted Carol's evil plot, freed a whole mansion full of super intelligent chimpanzees, and broken up a counterfeiting ring. On top of that, you've helped Professor Marsden win back control of his lab. Now he'll have plenty of time to consider the implications of his blind pursuit of knowledge and devote the rest of his career to making things right again. All that's left to do now is bask in your supreme triumph. You sit in Carol's chair, lean back, and put your feet up on what remains of the meeting room table, confident that your job here is done. Or is it?
Oh!
Dun, 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 dun. Go to story card 120.
An alarm sounds. About 50 lights on the neuron inhibitor mainframe console start blinking. Professor Marston comes rushing into the room. Oh no, he mutters under his breath. That thing's probably just malfunctioning, you say. I really did a number on it. You both jolt back as a strange booming voice comes up from a speaker on the neuron inhibitor mainframe console. The full force of the Crystalac Armada is upon you, it says. We demand the release of our ambassador. Although we hate violence, we will reduce your entire planet to galactic rubble if you do not obey us. The significance of this moment hits you. You've just heard the words of an actual alien life form. The professor is pale as a ghost. Let's release the alien, you say. That's what we were planning to do anyway, right? About that, he says. It may not be quite so simple. Advance to Chapter 5. Keep all inventory items.
Chapter 5, The Invasion. You've crossed the deadly estate surrounding the Marsden house, come face to face with spirits from beyond the grave, and found yourself at the mercy of strange scientific experiments. You fought oversized, super-intelligent chimpanzees, freed them from mind control, and discovered a counterfeiting ring along the way. Now a fleet of UFOs is barreling toward Earth, and unless you can free the imprisoned alien ambassador before they arrive, the entire planet is doomed. The alien is locked away in the old prison beneath the mansion, Professor Marsden says. It's a dangerous labyrinth, not easily navigated. What are you talking about? You reply. There are 3 cells in that place. We were there 45 minutes ago. That's the new prison, the professor says, where antisocial chimpanzees are held until they can be rehabilitated. The entire compound is built over the ruins of an old prison, which burned down more than a century ago. My great-great-great-grandfather was the warden.
Oh, shoot.
You remember your strange, out-of-body visions in the elevator and the deep sense of foreboding that came with them. We should have never put him down there, the professor says. The prison has always been a horrible, cursed place, but now that the creature has found a way to make contact with the world outside his cell... Wait a second, you say. This alien ambassador isn't just responsible for my nightmares, is he? The alien was the one who called me this morning. But how did he even find me? The phone book is full of private investigators with far more experience than I have. You suddenly remember, however, that your Yellow Pages ad doesn't list you as an aspiring detective. It lists you as a psychic investigator. I'll find that alien, you say, to reassure yourself as much as the professor. I was born to do this. Before he can respond, the professor notices something on the mainframe console and gasps. The alien armada will enter the Earth's atmosphere in just 20 minutes. You must find the alien ambassador and free him quickly, or all is lost.
All is lost.
Draw clue 108. Our goal is release the alien ambassador and attempt to save the planet Earth. Okay, you say. You've been down there before, right? Do you have a map? No. Carol handled all of that. All I know is that there are 2 ways to get into the structure. Through the original prison entrance around the back of the house, and through a long, dark hallway that I've always been too afraid to investigate. Don't forget, keep your earpiece turned on so we can communicate. So we can head for the prison entrance, or think the hallway is a better bet.
Let's go for the dark hallway.
So that would be story card 133.
After 50 yards, the hallway connects to an older passage with walls of crumbling brick. You wonder why Professor Marston built an entirely new underground laboratory when he could have simply renovated the old prison structure. Soon the answers present himself. It's because the entire place is utterly infested with ghosts. Ghosts. Spooky specter.
That's right in the shadow of the microphone.
Sorry. Spooky specter. A spectral figure in a black and white striped uniform floats towards you. He probably died when the prison burned down because he's on fire. Does ghost fire burn living people the way normal fire does? The spirit attacks. You're about to find out. Required challenge. Fight the flaming ghosts. If you have a strength... Oh.
Right.
He's our little strengthy guy.
It's not strength, that's fight.
If we have the fight flaming ghost clue, you can...
Oh, we don't.
If you have clue 58, you win automatically.
We don't.
Okay.
We're just gonna have to knife him.
So if we win, we move forward on the psychic scale 2 spaces. If we lose, we raise by 4 on the danger.
Alright, so roll a 2 or higher.
Yeah.
6. So win.
Alright, win. We move 2 spaces on the psychic scale.
Yeah.
And then from here you can leave the room through a rotting wooden door or a hole in the brick wall that leads to a tunnel.
Brick wall.
Brick wall. Story card 142.
142. The tunnel has been carved into the bedrock surrounding the lower level of the old prison building. It's dark and dank, but gets warmer and warmer as you progress. The tunnel splits into 2 passages. Down the first, you can see glowing pink crystals embedded in the dirt walls. They're throbbing unpleasantly. They're buzzing, too. The other passage is full of thick green mist. At least it's quiet. Nothing is throbbing. Premonition! If you are level 5 or higher, which we are not. So head down the dirt tunnel with pink crystals, or check out the mist.
I'm going to say crystals, because I feel like...
Because it might not be poison.
Yeah.
Story card 144.
As you move through the crystal tunnel, the droning buzz gets louder and louder until you feel like your head's about to explode. You try to turn back the way you came, but the constant overwhelming noise disorients you, and you stumble further into the din. When your head actually does explode, so at least you weren't worrying over nothing. Oh, the end. Move back 3 spaces on the psychic scale and return to story card 142.
My head! Green mist it is. What is that? Story card
129.
The green mist smells awful, and you start to choke as soon as you get a lungful. You quickly become dizzy, but just as you're about to collapse, you feel someone slide their arm around your shoulders. They support you and help you walk forward. The mist dissipates when you reach the far side of the tunnel, and you look up to see a ghostly figure in a prisoner's uniform smiling at you gently as he fades from sight.
Aww,
The
ghost.
The fog still burns in your lungs, but that ghost just saved your life. From here you can see a ladder that goes up to what appears to be a watchtower. There is also a broken section of wall that opens into another room. Premonition! If you are level 5 or higher, nope. So we can either climb up into the watchtower or climb through the broken wall.
I'm going to say watchtower.
Story card 134.
You jump off the top of the ladder and land in a crumbling brick watchtower overlooking the prison yard. The ghost of a very old man is staring into the distance. Oh, it's General Marston. He looks older than the last time you saw him. It's my fault, he moans. All my fault. He looks down in dismay. His face is especially haunted, even for a ghost. Forgive me, he says. I beg you. Forgive you for what, you ask? You must say it, he shouts the general. You must say that I am forgiven, so my soul may be released. Choose one, then continue. If you tell the ghost you forgive him, draw clue 122. If you refuse, draw clue 124.
But I forgive him.
Yeah, 122. Thank you, the ghost moans. Thank you. And he flashed a light. He's gone. If you knew that he was getting rid of these things, if you knew that getting rid of these things was that easy, you would have been forgiving ghosts left and right. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Alright, from here you see 2 paths out of the section of the prison. One leads into a group of cells and the other is a hole in the ground that glows with a strange light. If you check out the cell block, go to story card 138. If you try the glowing hole, go to story card 125.
Cell block.
Cell block 138.
The professor's voice comes over your communication earpiece. Watch out! This is the section of the prison where the most dangerous inmates were held. And one of the cells looks like it's been remodeled quite recently. It has lead panels covering most of the original bars, but through a small opening in the door, you see a crystalline entity levitating above the floor, moaning softly. It's the alien ambassador! At the top of the door, just below the ceiling, you see a high-tech lock behind a thick layer of transparent material. If you had something like a revolver, you could try shooting the lock open. It would probably take really careful aim and a very steady hand. Otherwise, you're going to have to find another way into the cell. Required challenge. Only if you have clue 63, which we don't. There's a burned out corridor leading away from this area. Follow the corridor and see where it leads by going to story card 141.
This is the old cafeteria, and dozens of ghost prisoners are milling around, along with one frail-looking female specter in a tattered dress. At last, she says when she sees you, I have finally made contact with the other side. Hi, you say? She puts her translucent hands on yours. I am the medium charged with shepherding the poor lost souls, lost spirits to their final resting places. Go toward the light. You don't belong here with us, among the living. You finally decide it's not worth arguing with her about which one of you is dead. The walls here are in bad shape, with 2 holes big enough for you to fit through. One hole is pitch black, and the other is lit up with a green glow.
Green glow.
Go into the light! Sorry. Go into the light, screams the ghost as you contemplate your choices. So, you want to go into the light?
No. Now that I heard her say that, I'm going to go into the other one.
If you go into the dark hole, go to story card 135. If you go to the lit hole, go to 145.
135.
Okay.
The tunnel leads to an exit high up on the wall of a large lead-lined prison cell. Beneath you, the crystalline form of the chrysalic ambassador lies motionless on the floor. The ambassador looks up, sees you, and sends a telepathic message directly into your frontal lobes. What manner of creature can pass through the impenetrable walls of my prison? He transmits. Whoever you are, have mercy and free me from this tomb. Impenetrable walls? It's a tunnel, you think back at him. Have you even tried escaping? How long have you been down here? I am greatly weakened from my ordeal, the ambassador thinks at you. Also, it is really dark. The only way out of this cell is back the way you came, so if you want to take the ambassador back to the surface with you, you're going to have to lift him into the tunnel. He is quite heavy. Required challenge, give the alien ambassador a boost. Alright, we don't have any bonuses, but we do have telekinesis. So, 3 or higher. 6!
Yeah!
Lower danger meter by 5. We can't. We can only go down to the hair. And go to story card 146.
You drag the crystalline alien back to the security room, where the professor waits. On a monitor, you see a giant UFO entering Earth's atmosphere. Hurry! The professor says in a panic. The Andromeda is almost upon us. The alien ambassador rushes back to the console. He pushes a button and makes a series of harsh noises in a language that you are assuming is his native tongue. If you have clue 90 and are level 1 through 3 on the psychic scale, draw clue 112.
We don't have clue 90.
If you have clue 90 and are level 4 or 5 on the psychic scale, draw clue 116. If you do not have clue 90, continue reading. When he finished, the alien sends you a telepathic message. I have contacted my people. All is well. So now what, you ask? Go outside and await their arrival, he transmits. Do not fear them. We have forgiven all your transgressions and will not murder you or the rest of your species. Okay, well, you didn't have... If you are level 5 on the psychic scale, go to story card 153. If you are level 2 to 4...
Nope.
If you are level 2 to 4...
Nope.
Oh, yeah, so that if you think something's fishy, then you can do that. If you think that you trust the ambassador. If you're level 1 on the psychic scale, draw clue 119.
Guess that's our option.
You know what the ambassador said, but something's giving you a funny feeling about it.
Ooh.
Go to story card 140.
Alright. Are you sure everything's fine? You ask. Because the way you said it, it doesn't really sound like it's fine. The alien rearranges his face into what might be a crystalline scowl. Fine, fine. Do you mean to ask whether it's fine? Oh. Fine? Fine? Do you mean to ask whether it's fine that I was locked in a dungeon for years while your people tore my ship to pieces and stole technology you are not advanced enough to use or understand? Now that I think about it, your entire planet will die for your crimes, but the two of you in particular will truly suffer. The ambassador lunges at you. Required challenge. Fight the alien ambassador. Time to bust out the pocket knife again.
Yeah.
Alright, gotta roll a 2 or higher. It's a 6.
Yeah.
Move forward 4 spaces on the psychic scale. And go to story card 147.
You rush outside with the professor, just as a massive fleet of crystalline flying saucers descend through the clouds. If only I'd finished assembling my doomsday device, the professor laments. Wait a second, you say. You were working on a doomsday device? Well, technically it's a defense against doomsday device, but if you point it the wrong way, it'll definitely blow up the planet. You really need to remember to point it the right way. The largest alien ship stops above the manor and hovers in midair. But it's all for nothing, the professor continues. Without my valence conductor capacitor and my quantum synthesis stabilizer and my hypersonic isotropic resonator, it's all lost. If you have clues 92, 96, and 102.
We have 102.
Okay. If you only have clues 1 or 2. Oh, if you only have 1 or 2 of clues 92, 96, and 102, go to story card 143. So we'd go to
143?
143.
There's nothing we can do to stop them, the professor says, eyes wide. Earth is doomed. He glances at an egg ship parked out on the lawn. Your eyes follow his. Instinctively, you both make a mad dash for the ship as the UFOs begin firing lasers down from above. This thing needs much more fuel if we're going to leave Earth's gravity, the professor says once you're both inside. He frantically empties his pockets into an open compartment on the ship's dashboard as the ground outside the craft begins to buckle. Quick! Throw everything you've got into the fusion reactor! If you have 12 or more clues with the phrase, keep this item in your inventory.
I don't think we have
I believe
12.
that would be all of these. Yeah, no, nowhere fucking near that. How would you even...
You'd have to, like, go back to every single thing. And...
If you have fewer than 12 clues with the phrase keep this item in your card inventory, go to story card 152.
Chapter 5, goal achieved. That'll have to do. The professor says strap yourself in and this... Oh, that'll have to do. Strap yourself in. This will be a bumpy ride. That turns out to be an understatement. The egg ship blasts into the atmosphere, shaking so hard it gains altitude that you're afraid it will splinter into pieces around you. We don't have enough energy to break free from the planet's gravity, the professor screams. Engaging the FTL drive. He flips up the plastic cover on the console to reveal a button. A piece of masking tape under it has handwritten words, faster than light drive, on it. The professor pushes the button. The lights go on out in the cockpit, and the engine makes a low grinding sound as they sputter and shut down. Your ship falls like a brick, but before you have the chance to crash into the ground, the entire Earth detonates. The entire Earth detonates, and you're engulfed in a gargantuan planet-wide explosion. The end. Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We lost.
everyone died.
Everyone on Earth. So,
There we go.
that was House of Danger.
House of Danger.
And we were risk takers. We just gunned it. We fought everything because the only like boost card we had was a pocket knife, which is for fights. So why not try to fight everything?
I'm the most psychic.
I think the farthest we got was like 6 or 7, which is like level 2.
Get up here. I mean,
You'd be really good at everything.
I mean, like even here would be really hard.
So
But yeah.
we found a lot of dead ends, and we eventually got a bad ending where the entire planet exploded, and probably us with it because we were really close to hitting the ground, and then the planet exploded. So that was that. That was House of Danger. I hope you found this video entertaining, or this series of videos, depending on how I edit this, which you would have already known because this is the end. And yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Remember to subscribe to the channel. And until next time.
Oh yeah, and ring that bell.
Ring the notification bell too. That is actually helps too. Like if you have a phone, you get notifications all the time for stuff.
And maybe tell us if you want us to play any more board games.
Yeah, this was actually
Like,
the first video of a board game.
But this was like so much fun.
This was fun. It was pretty long, but it was still fun. But we can always get more board games and make more videos of it.
Yeah, so let us know if you enjoyed this.
Yeah. Until next time, I will see you in the future.